Hello, 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 and welcome back to yet another trek through the dungeon. Last time I'm still doing the Elf series, where I try to get an elf to work and take 5 attempts, and thus far 2 out of my 5 attempts have, 2 of the 3 attempts I've made out of the 5 have been successful at getting to the Ecumenical Temple and decent leveled. The most recent attempt, I began as a conjurer / wizard elf, and then switched back to using weapons as soon as I had Mephitic Cloud useful. The result has been rather having a strong disable at all times, which has been very helpful. And what'll happen is periodically I'm gonna have to go upstairs. I can't afford to fight these guys here. I'm gonna take a potion of levitation. Potions of levitation reduce your weight, which allows you to go upstairs even if you're overweight. But obviously it's only temporary, and you do need to lose that weight to get reliable again. So I'm going to drop some stuff to try and give myself the combat mobility I desperately need. But anyway, like I was saying, every time I've come across a new piece of armor, mostly the upgrading from using robes to leather, and upgrading from using no shield to having a shield, my casting abilities have gone down naturally. But what I've done is taken the time and energy to train just enough to keep my Mephitic Cloud as reliable as I need, and then turning off the training because I don't want to waste experience. So let's see what else I can get rid of here. Potion of porridge. I have plenty. Actually, that's probably what's giving me all my weight. I'm gonna lose 1 bread ration and 2 meat rations. That should be a sizable amount of weight loss. What? I guess having 109 arrows can't help me any. I'll drop the Book of Conjuration since I have no intention of memorizing much more. As you can see, all of my aptitudes are crap, pretty much. I could take Throw Frost just so I have a little more utility. I can potentially use that against fire creatures. And again, I don't intend to use this character as a mage. The only spells I really want now are Summon Butterflies and Blink. Every other spell I don't really care about, because I intend to do this guy as a stabber / archer now, given the fact that I found out that elves have such brilliant aptitude. And I need to stop throwing my weapon. The dagger. Go ahead and burn yourself a little bit. Okay. Alrighty. This guy would normally make most melee characters go running the other way, because, you know, if you can't get the jump on him and he summons a nice cloud of mammals, you're in trouble. Thanks to the brilliance of Mephitic Cloud, he is almost a non-issue. I say almost because he's just very evasive piece of... There we go. Gotcha. Gotta remember to sack corpses. I have not been doing that enough. Whoa! I just picked up 28 ruined arrows, and they just so happen to be +4. That's very, very lucky. Because if they had been a level below and I get another enchant, I wouldn't have been able to enchant the stack simultaneously. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about with enchanting, be sure to catch the last part where I enchant these arrows up to the level they're at now. I already have a robe of magic resistance. I'm not looking to get another robe. It'd be nice to have some fire or cold resistance, but I already have leather armor, and I'm trying to train leather at this point. So again, we can't use arrows against a slime, because arrows will be eaten by the slime and it will regenerate health, actually. So instead, I used my magic dart to soften it up as much as I could. Electric eels have that very deadly electric blast, I don't know what it's called, that they use that can hurt a lot, so I like keeping them mephitic as much as possible. And big fish can definitely, they can crit very hard. So really neither of these are fights that I like having, but when the best thing is, since they're water bound, you can control the encounter usually very easily. You get a lot of bonuses when you can't actually move. Let's go stab the guy to death. Somehow... oh. The orc hit itself with a club. Yeah, Mephitic Cloud does so much passive, I would say, passive damage, or tangential damage, because of, you know, suicidality that it induces. This guy apparently whipped himself with a whip of venom, and the resulting poison damage killed him. And unlike, you know, when an ally or minion kills for you and you only get partial credit, you get full credit for kills with Mephitic. Okay, I don't want them all to swarm me. They can kill me very easily if they all get out. I do have enough potions of healing that I can stay in the fight forever, though. What I'm gonna do is, I would ideally like to back away to here, then shoot a Mephitic Cloud here, and blast all three. But I'm not gonna have that luxury, because if I go here, and I blast the cloud here, it'll explode here, and I will be affected. Further, if I back away, there's a good chance they'll just swarm out. So what I'm going to do is attempt to multicast this way. There we go. And that way, even though I missed, it didn't matter because they were all busy trying to get out. And make sure that the doorways, anything coming out the door, stays mephitic. If they're inside that tight-knit area, they're going to poison each other. That's the hope, at least. It looks like the queen bee is not confused yet. Alrighty, now things are starting to get confused. I actually don't like this fight. I haven't gotten nearly enough kills. I would rather just run away right now if I could, and not fight this thing. The key is going to be making sure that I keep the doorway sealed by Mephitic Clouds. Okay, there we go. Now it's safer. I have one Mephitic Cloud to seal my escape route. I'm letting him follow me because I can't afford to turn around and fight right now. Can use that to break them off me. There we go. The guy still managed to hit me, and for a serious amount of damage at that. That's not a happy fight to have to come back to, I suppose. But so now what's going to happen is any Mephitic is going to wear off, and that entire floor is going to be flooded with bumblebees. But that's okay, because bumblebees aren't so scary one-on-one. It's only scary when they swarm you 8-on-1 and poison you, and there are orcs backing them up. I'm going to head right back to the fight, and hopefully pick them off a little bit more efficiently. also, of course, burn as many of the corpses they've left as I can, because the amount of piety I can gain from this, I should hit 2 pips. Why the hell didn't I mephitic? That was stupid not to mephitic there. Absolutely stupid. Now, if you mephitic yourself, it induces confusion for a few turns. This is bad, but it's often, especially before you get, poison resistance up, it's not as bad as treating it like it's not even a possibility, and then getting yourself killed when you should have just mephiticed adjacent to yourself. In other words, don't forget that you have the option of risking being confused at melee range for 5 turns, because if you successfully confuse yourself and your attacker is still prone to do stupid stuff like hitting. They all rotted. Your attacker is still prone to doing stupid stuff like hitting himself, whereas you can just stand still and, wait it out. And being a human, you know better than to like walk near deep water, for example. Okay, I'm going to drop my other set of 12 ruined arrows. They're weighing me down a lot, and yeah. And I have too much weight in food alone. Ooh, I could not ask for a better scenario. I don't want to actually fire arrows over the water though, because I don't want to risk losing them in the water. But a massive number of worms? Oh my god, that's a lot of worms. I've never seen this many worms in one place. But worms at this point are almost a non-threat, so I'm happy to fight them. Okay. Once again, I find myself overweight because my strength has degenerated. Let's lose the Wand of Confusion, and let's lose... hell, I don't know what I want to lose now. Now, being overloaded, I know, reduces your combat capabilities. I'm not sure what or how, I just know that it does. So I'm going to lose 2 scrolls of Detect Curse, Lord knows I'm not using those anymore, and a scroll of Remove Curse, so that, it's further reduced. Notice that I've eaten a lot of my permafood to help reduce my weight. This has the added advantage of allowing me to burn even more corpse sacrifices. You know what? This centaur is gonna be the priority target here. His arrows of frost are dangerous, and with any luck... Nope, I'm not lucky. I was hoping his bow might have been enchanted. That would have been awesome. Turns out it's just his arrows. Although, I will take the arrows so that I now have some cold capability beyond just my spell, which is probably not very reliable. Basic arrows. Ah, crap. Forgot what I was doing. should have sacrificed it, I mean, so. Okay, to hell with this. We're going to the temple. And I'm setting up a stash where I'm going to drop all of my food here. Now, where else is there food in the dungeon that I've left behind? I left a small cache of honeycombs here. I'll go pick those up now. And apparently the orcs decided to respawn in my absence, so let's go Legolas on them. That's right, boy. Alrighty, bows is now up to 7 and going strong. Short blades, I probably don't need any more levels in because it only reduces the attack duration, and daggers are pretty fast to begin with. Armor I would like to train hard. Spellcasting I would like to turn off because I'm betting my Mephitic is pretty close to Hungerless. No, it's not even close, it's at Choco levels. But it's reliable, so that's good enough. I'm not playing a Spriggan right now, so I don't have to worry about starvation. Wow. The staff allows its wielder to cast magical spells without a spell hunger at all. That is... wow. If I had been using a caster, this would be a godsend. It would mean I could spend... it would basically mean there's no reason not to cast Fireball every time I attack, except for mana issues, potentially. Well, I'm not a caster, so I'm going to leave that behind, because the spells I cast are level 3 and under, is basically the limit I've set for myself. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I thought I could do more damage by doing higher level spellcasting, I would, but I don't think multi-classing all that much is going to be very effective. Now, Eyes of Draining don't deal damage, but they do assault your mana. So I have no mana left. And notice how fast my Troll Leather Armor allows me to regenerate health. I'm already back to full health, despite the fact that I've been attacked constantly. This is bad for me. The Yellow Wasp is capable of paralyzing me, and I can't get a Mephitic on both of them, so fuck, I'm just gonna poison one of them and try and get out. The reason this is so bad is I have to go right back downstairs and face that exact same cluster of enemies, except now they're gonna crowd the stairs even more. Potion of Invisibility would be nice if I had one. What I'm gonna do is go all Okawaru on them. No, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, there's a very good chance I can just win the fight straight up, but there's an equally good chance that they can get off a nice opening volley. And then the gnolls will come in, and I can't Mephitic the gnolls, so I'll have to fight them at lower health. I have a Scroll of Fear, so I can clear the stairs, and I have Scrolls of Teleportation so I can get out of trouble. I may just have to burn those getaway abilities. Yeah, this is bad. Scroll of Blinking is the only thing that's going to help here. Scroll of Fear will probably not make the gnolls run. I just pray to God that I don't blink into something worse. Lucky bastard. Alright, here goes. Attacking the whites. And I forgot to actually engage heroism. They're draining my level big time. I'm very concerned about this turn of events, actually. I'm gonna keep running, and then I'm gonna teleport. So hopefully they'll be locked all the way at this end of the dungeon for a while. And next time they approach me, I'll be in a better situation to fight them. Oh, I need to get invocations up too. Damn. Interesting. The first elf I fought shows up. I don't even remember what I did with that guy. I just remember he was decent and had teleportitis. So, we're just gonna shoot him. Now we're gonna stab him. We're gonna go hero on his ass. Ah, crap. No damage done. This floor is proving to be a real player kill for me. Screw it, I'm gonna take these whites on. I'm gonna back away and let my troll leather armor regenerate me quickly, then I'm gonna try and kill them. Turn on heroism and just go for the gusto. Yeah, I think he actually managed to drain me a whole experience level down earlier. Blast things. Alrighty, there we go. Nothing of consequence. Again, nothing of consequence. I have more food than I know what to do with this run. Oh, thank God. Something mephiticable. At this point, I'm mostly using Mephitic for the crowd control and the damage boosting against these guys. That plus the non-zero chance that they hit themselves kind of really helps. But I have to retreat because I didn't do enough damage and now more enemies are showing up. There we go. Wow, that fight took so long. The corpses actually didn't stay. I bet he's dumb enough to walk into it. So actually, it doesn't look like he walked into it, but he's so fast, he walked in, got confused, and walked out. Meaning he was actually dumb enough to walk into the cloud after I had casted it. Nobody said bumblebees were intelligent. Just very paralytic. Okay, my Okawaru piety is doing well. Let's put on invocations, keep bow training going. That will offset the slow that my shield is giving it, and now I'm going to keep my armor skill growing because I no longer can buff dodging since I'm wearing leather. I like troll leather armor enough that I don't care. I'm no longer in any real risk of running out of potions, which is nice. Or sorry, arrows. should have eaten before I went in. So this is, when you see this kind of place, here's what you're dealing with. In the Baileys, this is a Bailey, there is deep water guarding enemies that are very, very powerful and have good range. In general, you expect to deal with a lot of things being thrown at you and ridiculous criticals dealing serious damage. That's an Orc Knight. We usually don't see these till Orc 3. They're very, very powerful. However, with Mephitic Cloud, I mean, if I didn't have Mephitic Cloud, I'd just leave, because I'd be a melee character here. Or just a bone archer. With Mephitic Cloud, I can drown them to death and gain massive, massive experience boost. This is like Christmas for this guy. Yeah, my piety just went up so high that I got gifted from Okawaru already for the sheer number of kills. Now, granted, when you drown your enemies, you don't get to deal with their corpses, which is, you know, a significant loss. But when you're up against enemies this high level, drowning is often the best way to go. I mean, if you can wangle it like this, and if you think in terms of them moving randomly, there's like a 1 in 3 chance every turn that he's confused that he'll walk directly into the water from where he's standing right now. There we go. Well, no corpses at all though, so I do need to be aware of that. Now, I was given a bunch of bolts. No, darts, okay. Now, why would I be given darts seeing as how I don't specialize in throwing? Okawaru probably doesn't realize that I don't give a fuck about that. Nope, not interested in any of these spells. Not gonna leave the book behind either, but, you know, not really interested in it. But I found a scroll in here, and I'm very curious as to what this scroll would do. Torment. It cuts the HP of every creature that's not immune to torment within sight by 50%, and I think undead are naturally immune. Well, it's Elf again. I have heal wounds and I have blink, so I can definitely get away from him if this goes badly for me. So let's try this again. Go heroism and attack with my dagger. I'm using magic missile as well as all of my abilities, just trying to dent this guy. No, and again, troll leather means that if he doesn't get a hit, I probably get +1 HP each turn. But he is just too goddamn resilient. I remember now he had a lot of AC. Alright, that's him winning. I'm gonna get out of here. Actually, I really want to kill him. I don't want him to be alive anymore. It's bad thinking, though. What I should do is teleport away, live to fight another day. That's the smartest way to play. But I'm not smart. I'm gonna waste all of my potions of heal wounds killing him. And he's just not budging, so I just don't have the damage to do this. I will, in fact, play this smart now. Okay, we're just gonna go all the way around the long way to the staircases and get out of here. We've already mostly cleared the floor after all, and it's not like there's anything in particular that I was expecting would be here that I needed to catch. Stupid thing. Oh, come on! I have to lure him away from the stairs. I refuse to fight him in such a place that I can't when I come back upstairs he's waiting for me. But I've regenerated faster than he has, so let's attack him now. See if we can't get a kill off again. At the very least, let's lure him all the way to the opposite side of the dungeon before we effect our teleportation escape. There we go. As far away as possible. Hopefully he won't catch me this time. Alrighty, nothing to eat. Pair of gloves, it's nice. Down we go. I have no comestibles left, which is not good. I have plenty of food in my stash that I left way up in the temple, but to get back there means I'm going to have to fight that ghost again. So I have to be ready to fight the ghost. Ideally, I should be ready to fight the ghost when I go back upstairs. This is turning very bad very quickly. You know, I keep forgetting that I have heroism that I can be using. Heroism is on, so we'll fight the polar bear. We'll seal his escape. Oh, wow. I just got a god gift of arrows. Another nice thing about Okawaru as opposed to, say, Trog is, you know, and I've mentioned this in a previous run, he gives you armors as well as ammos in gifts, in addition to giving you weapons. So he's a lot more versatile with his gift giving. The tricky part, of course, being finding him, living long enough that you get to worship him, and then, you know, doing so and living. But you do that, and yeah. These are arrows of flame that I was given. I don't know how high level they are, but I can only assume they were higher level than what I was using before. I mean, probably not +4 or higher though. They're probably just like +2 or 3. Fine. Ignore the weapon mimic. Near starving means that you can't cast spells. That is not an acceptable situation for combat. Unfortunately, I ate I waited too long to eat, and now I'm at melee range with a Hippogriff. I can't cast Mephitic without hitting myself, so I am actually going to take the risk, mild risk, of backing up till I'm in a place where I can get off a nice Mephitic Cloud and execute a nice finish on these suckers. I prioritize the Troll because it will recover from the Mephitic fastest, usually. Would be my guess. And I base that on the fact that Trolls have very good constitution and good health recovery in general, so I don't know if it spills over to enchantments or not, but if it does, I don't want to be on the wrong side. That. Leave behind some potions of healing, I guess. Now, I'm not going to do a repeat of... Well, maybe I should. So the problem with having to use my Scroll Spin Chant on my arrows instead of on my weapon is that now if I get a nice weapon like a Quick Blade or something, I can't enchant it very well. On the flip side of that is I'm getting God Gifts of weapons, so hopefully I'll get a God Gift of a good weapon and not have to worry about it. So while I'm at it, let's go ahead and finish enchanting this sucker. Okay, I have now maximally enchanted my arrows to +5. They should last a while. Never hide behind a door when you fight a slime. It will eat the door and double. I'm going to use my Okawaru ability to try and help myself out here. Confuse the Centaur and the Troll. Kill them in that order. Ooh, Arrows of Dispersal. So an Arrow of Dispersal forces a target to do a blink to somewhere within 7 squares around you. Doesn't sound that impressive until you realize that means you can take an enemy adjacent to you, fire an Arrow of Dispersal to force him to go, if you hits, to force him to be not adjacent to you, and then proceed to use, you know, Mephitic Cloud or whatever ability you like. And I'm not going to make the same mistake I made last time of waiting too long to eat. If my hunger drops to very hungry, I will be sure to eat immediately. And, of course, you know, before that, too. I'm not gaining piety as fast as I'd like, probably because I went through and cleared 8 floors of the dungeon rather than, you know, just getting a religion immediately. I cannot believe I ignored the presence of the temple that long. Sultanas are the lowest level of food in the game that I know of. They give the least satiation, etc. On the flip side, they are usually found in bundles. Okay, I'm just going to let them crowd this staircase. I don't even care. And then I'm going to go upstairs. It'd be nice if I could take one of them out. But, as you can see, I'm getting double and triple smited. So I'm not holding out very high hopes. Okay, actually an Orc Wizard managed to drown before I managed to leave, so sweet. And I got some food in me, that's always nice. Being sick completely stops you from regenerating health until you're not sick anymore. There's also a non-zero chance of suffering stat loss. Temporary, but, you know, it's a long temporary. Frying pan into the fire. Now, if I recall correctly, arrows of fire automatically mulch after use because, well, think of it logically. They're on fire. Of course they're going to mulch. But because they're on fire, they have other advantages, so you know, it's not all bad. And I emphasize again that fear that you're going to run out of ammo is very much a me thing. It shouldn't be your first worry as a archer. It is my first worry because it happened to me once and that ruined that game for me. And I haven't done enough archer runs to get used to how they usually run. See, it's so little satiation that 5 steps was enough to completely undo it. Damn mimic. Come back when I have something I can kill a mimic with. Or I'm just higher level. Burn the corpses, pick up the gifts. More arrows. Okay, I'm beginning to understand a very key mechanic here. When you're an archer who worships Okawaru, don't waste your enchant scrolls on arrows, because Okawaru will keep you well supplied. If I had started, oh, this is where the fire arrows are gonna shine. If I had started gaining piety at, you know, the appropriate time, 4 floors higher, I would have been 1 pip higher by now, and all of these arrow gifts would have come before I even had the chance to do my mass enchant. So, note to self, and leave it at that. Using fire on water deals extra damage thanks to the steam cloud, which is formed on that square when the fire affects the water. I don't know what quasits are. Resistance to poison, fire, and cold, in which case we're just gonna have to re-quiver our generic arrows and hit the sucker. So quasits can leech your dexterity down and can paralyze you. I don't know what else they can do, but that's bad enough. If you only have melee abilities, fighting a quasit hand to hand, you can get a win. You can get a kill sometimes. Sometimes he'll paralyze you long enough that you won't. And regardless what happens, okay, I'm being attacked by an unseen horror, I believe, because they're saying that something's hitting me and I can't see it. It was adjacent to me, and I happened to fire a mephitic in that direction. I was intending to just spread it 2 spaces around me, but it was adjacent to me. Anyway, I managed to confuse it, and because it moves with double the speed of a bat, roughly, it probably jumped into the water at some... Yep, it hits you, it falls in the water. It probably managed to drown itself. It was not my original intent, but, you know, close enough. I just wanted to get it off my back. Oh, sweet precious food. Happened again. Notice that I'm actually just pressing skip turn as opposed to moving. I don't want to risk accidentally going into someplace and getting myself killed, or hitting myself with my own weapon. Alright, you know what? This is just bad. I'm just gonna eat. I'm suffering here very badly. Okay, wherever it is, it's gotta be confused if it was trying to attack me. Yeah, it was. Wow, that was one short rest to get my mana back, and normally that only would... This troll leather armor, I definitely feel the effect. It's hard to describe it though. I wish I could, because it sounds like I'm building it up to be more than it really is. Trust me, it is what it really is. It's very nice. Come on, damn you, die. Why won't you die? Whatever. Fool. Alright, you know what? I really want to do the hive right now. The food stock it will give me will be nice, and the amount of piety I'm doubtlessly going to gain will increase me in favor with Okawaru by another pip. The danger of doing the hive now is I don't have any poison resistance. In fact, to my knowledge, there is no poison resistance in this dungeon. Thus far. Also, the entrance to the lair, I have not yet found it, and it could be on the next 2 floors, but the difficulty is likely going to spike when I go down a floor, because I'm on the 12th floor now. So I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision, as it were, that it's more important to have poison resistance when attempting the hive. And my food situation, while not as good as I'd like, isn't bad. I'm very, very bummed out about... Oh, crap. The shadow apparently is also capable of leeching down my stats. I'm still kind of bummed out because I didn't have to be low on piety. I could have had this piety maxed out by now if I had just, you know, found the bloody altar earlier instead of waiting so long to look for it. Yeah, let's go ahead and eat. And all these arrows are beginning to really be a burden on me to have to carry them around. So I'm gonna fire one of each basically to test to make sure I'm not missing any magical properties. And then I'm going to drop all of the non-god gifts. Okay, that's an arrow of flame. And that's an arrow of frost. Okay, so all of these have some thing. I have, and the +2 on the god gift makes it probably more valuable than the 19 unknown. What is the latest god gift arrow gonna be? More arrows of flame. And it's going to be a different level of enchantment than the 14 and 19, which is why they're not stacking them. Okay, so basically I have flame and ice arrows, and let's be more arrows of flame. Goody. I don't want to waste an ident scroll to figure out which of these is which level of enchantment. I know what one of them is, and that's good enough for now. And as my skill with bows increases, I doubtlessly will figure it out. Let's drop the elven dagger that I'm not using right now. Let's drop the A scroll of remove curse, because I already have several. Drop 1H. A scroll of magic mapping. 2 scrolls of identify, because 8 is plenty to be getting on with. Let's drop the wand of frost at this point. I mean, let's be honest, I have plenty of arrows of frost, and I deal better damage with arrows, so... I have my bow up, so let's shoot these suckers. It appears I was wrong about fire arrows auto-mulching. I'm guessing that was patched out though, because I swear I remember reading that there's a kind of... Maybe that was exploding darts, so could be a bit wrong. We'll see. Okay, I'm in another Bailey, and this one does not appear to be the same as the last one. Style-wise, it looks like this one's a series of battle royales, and there's a nice exit here, so there's no excuse for dying. Nope, surrounded by water, and I'm betting there's going to be little things that shoot at me from behind it. Or worse, this guy isn't going to shoot, but he has a halberd of reaching. And if I shoot arrows at him, naturally I will lose the arrows, because I don't know for sure that I'll be able to get all the way around. So instead of wasting arrows, I will use Magic Dart, because he is low enough level that that should kill him, rather than just drowning him. Okay, you know what? Double drowning for me. I've been in something like this once where all of them had like javelins that they were throwing at me from behind water like this, and they had axes of returning that they threw at me like hand axes but returned like a boomerang. So against those guys I basically retreated and escaped the Bailey as fast as I could, because there's no point fighting. I'm gonna let that one live for a while. He's not doing me much danger, and he may be my food source later on. He is able to attack me. They all have weapons of reaching, so they are able to reach me. But as you can see, I'm outrunning him even, so not a big deal. Yep, and now he becomes my food. If I had had some guarantee that I would be able to get all the way around, I could have even fired all my arrows and everything, and would have had no problem. Oh, wow. I don't have enough strength to carry all of my arrows comfortably and a full set of stuff. I hear Orc Knights shouting. I'm a little bit nervous, but I don't really have a choice but to go here anyway. And they're going berserk in there. Do I have a scroll of mapping? I do. There's a cache of gold, if I could get inside. Maybe one of these is a secret door. Given the location of the cache of gold and the exit, my guess is the secret door is going to be around on this side. Nope, they already opened the secret door to let me in. How kind of them. Really, this is what I was more hoping for. A lot of easy kills from some high-level enemies. And once you know it, they're lava-locked. They can't get out. Okay, they're all dead now. Everybody's dead, Dave. Let's lure him out, actually, and let the lava do the work. There we go. Oh, hallelujah. Good gloves. +3 to dex, +3 to evade, +5 to accuracy. That's nice. It's a shame I'm not a dwarf. I doubt I can even... Yeah, I can't even pick up the plate mail. Forget the plate mail. I have no intention of... Actually, how good is my armor skills? Armor's at 7. I mean, the hell with it. I might as well at least try it on, right? Nobody says I have to wear it. And I have a remove curse scroll. Okay, good. I once tried to put on armor like this just to see what would happen, and turned out that I got stuck in it. AC class 23 with this on. Of course, spellcasting all goes to useless, and if you guys were reading the message, you saw that it would drastically reduce my ability to fire weapons, so yeah. +4 plate mail of Sibobus with +4 to strength. Oh man, this is a good set of armor. It's a shame I'm playing a non-armor character. There we go. Troll leather is magic enough for me. Second gold cache, and let's get out of here. Actually, I can just shoot her. Let's go ahead and turn on my Okawaru-ness, just because this is close quarter fighting. I'm probably going to get hit a few times, and the defense will help. Oh, that was beautiful. Gutted that sucker. I do not want to risk getting clawed even tangentially by that sucker. I really need poison resistance at this point. That was a huge risk. If that had failed and he had shot me again, I'd have lost the game. But I didn't want to run away from him, because that was even bigger of a risk. And I have no food, so I need him dead. So it was one of those risks which you have to take. I could have blinked, obviously, if I really wanted to. It's not like I had no options. Oh my god, I only have 1 hit point left. If I die to a skeleton, I'll never live it down. I'm gonna heal. Because I was confused. That was a dangerous situation. That was one of those anticlimactically dangerous situations. Should have shot the guy sooner. Now what? That centaur didn't give me any food either. They're resisting my attacks. What I need is food. This sucks. This really sucks. I'm gonna starve to death all because I got careless with my food. My best bet is to search this floor and hope for a corpse or a pear. If I do get out of this alive, I'll learn my lesson, and that lesson is don't carry all of your arrows with you when you're an archer. You don't need all of your arrows, and it makes you overweight. Come on, man, no freaking corpses? There's gotta be some kind of sadistic joke. Still no corpses. Okay, a little bit more life. I'm not actually going to bother picking all that stuff up just now. I have plenty of areas to be getting on with. I'll come back for these arrows later if I need them. But I really need food right now. Couldn't afford to back up because he was still in range of the Mephitic Cloud. There we go. Okay, we're back in business. Looking for animal skin. So let's see what items I've been given recently as god gifts. He has not given me a weapon at all, and I'm beginning to get a little pissed about that. He's only given me ammo. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy that he's supplying me with all this wonderful ammo, but I kind of would like to have a nice dagger from him too. I'm beginning to see that I was wrong to do my arrow trick, since eventually this was going to happen. Okay. Since I don't have anything else to put on my other hand, I'll just go Ring of Wizardry. Mephitic is that great. Don't really intend to memorize any more spells. That cinches it. Next time I get the opportunity, I'm totally gonna take a strength buff. Amulet of the Gourmand would have been nice too if it was possible. Actually, that's a good point. I'm going to go ahead and invest in spellcasting enough to get that hunger removed on whatchamachallit, on my Mephitic Cloud. That way I don't have to worry about starving to death while using it. There's the strength buff. I can now carry a little bit more weight. Okie dokie. Let's get a blink scroll. That thing has saved my life so many times, I have no reason not to get one. And, scroll of noise, so I don't end up wasting a scroll of identify on it later. Probably be a nice touch. I, of course, have no need of a scroll of noise. Antique weapons, including elven sabers. Probably come back for that later if I can't find a decent weapon ever. Let's go ahead and keep you nice and confused, shall we? This is the beauty of not being a spellcaster but having Mephitic Cloud. As a spellcaster, Mephitic Cloud is maybe my opening, but after that, I have to spend my mana attacking. As a non-spellcaster, Mephitic Cloud is the only spell I give a damn about, so, I mean, that and maybe a blink eventually should I be able to find it. So, because my damage output is primarily coming from this, I can spam Mephitic Cloud and no problem, still have plenty of mana left over. May have burnt the wrong corpse. Nope, I did okay. And still, my piety is not high enough to merit, damn it, still no poison resist. You know, I'm seriously considering just taking 2 or 3 potions of healing extra so that I can, you know, remove poison and attacking the hive. Problem is, it's not going to help with any of my long-term goals. I still don't have any food. Let's see now. It's interesting that your shield skill goes to 0 when you're confused. I've never noticed that before. I'm gonna back away until I can get a Mephitic off. I don't like this fight right now. I want to get a buff. There we go. Much better. Who's laughing now, huh? Oh right, it's me, the guy with the sword. Make sure I'm using flame arrows. Check. I'll actually use the lower level enchanted ones because this guy is not going to need the higher level stuff to die. Where did he go? Could have sworn I had him. Okay, you know what? Time to go back to my stashes. I'm too low on permafood to continue like this, living hand to mouth or whatever that phrase is. Make sure he retreats towards a place that makes no difference. Quiver up my fire arrows and burn this mother. I'm definitely liking this WWE system. Switching back and forth between a melee weapon and a ranged weapon has always been kind of a pet peeve of mine. It's just how annoying it is to have to do constantly. But this makes it a lot simpler. Because it's all, you know, my left hand is always on that side of the keyboard anyway, so it's not a huge trip. It's amazing how much that increase in my to hit helps. Alright, invocations at 7 is plenty. Yeah, excellent heroism. Actually, let's go all the way back to the temple and get my serious rations and stuff. Now, I recall the reason I was leery of doing this earlier was fear that I would run into Night Ghost, and I had been unable to take him on earlier. But right now I'm high enough level that I'm pretty sure I can beat him up. Sling Bullets, Quarterstaff, very, very bad dagger. Faster protection, Sling Bullets, Darts, Mace. Nothing of interest. I might want the +6/+1 Vampiric Longsword later. if I switch to long swords, but for now my daggers and bows is doing just fine. You know what? I now have the means of contending with that sucker. Shoot him. So my top priority right now is to get poison resistance somehow, and use that to penetrate into the deeper areas of the layers of beasts and the swamp eventually. You know, my standard approach. But, and once I have it, it'll obviously also help that I can beat out the hive and end my food problems forever. Wow, I never thought I would be so disappointed. A Kenku wizard, and I don't have poison resist, so he almost certainly has Mephitic Cloud. I have lots of potions of healing, so yeah, let's dance, bitch. I'm gonna stand on the staircase to make sure I can always retreat, though. Just as a precaution. Oh, and he's got summoning powers. Okay. Is he taking damage? This is bad. This is really bad. Because he's immune to my Mephitic and I'm not immune to his. He's just spamming it at this point. I don't know if he even has a mana limitation that he's working with, unlike me, who has no ability to stun him, but his summons are at least gone, and I'm outlasting him. That's something. I'm just so confused. I'm gonna go ahead and heal out the confusion now. And do I have heal wounds? Yes, I do. The reason I should explain why I haven't retreated. Until he's dead, none of this is useful, and if I retreat onto the same staircase. I have to come down the same staircase that he was already on, so there's no point retreating from this position. That plus, I'm guessing just my sheer resilience, I would win in a fist fight with him, and he doesn't have the ability to beat me out. Straight up, because I have heroism and he doesn't. Okay, that was a very, very grueling fight. I used several potions of heal wounds to get through it, but it was one of those fights that couldn't be retreated from, so I don't know how to beat the spiky frog with my limited ammo. Ammo, that's the key right there, ammo, isn't it? Unless he's got a... Ooh, I can use Dispersal against this sucker. Perfect. Let's start off with my top level arrows of flame. And making sure that nothing else interrupts the fight. Be a nice move too, if it was possible. Feckin' hell. Alright, time to start dispersing him. He's not dispersing. There we go. There we go. Oh, I'm surrounded by jackals. This is just wonderful. I don't know how I manage to get in these situations every single time. Troll leather armor is really doing its work here, letting me continue to stand and take punishment. Oh, I don't want dispersal, I want this death. Got him. Alright, now let's worry about my imminent death at the hands of multiple small creatures. Making liberal use of heroism is basically the only way I'm going to get through at this point. Alrighty, that's going to conclude the run for today. This has been the successful run that I wanted to do that gets to the Lair. He doesn't have teleportitis or any other negative mutation that's killing me. The only problem is I'm just not strong enough to carry the ridiculous quantity of arrows that I've accumulated. What am I at now? 190, by the looks of roughly 190 arrows. Yeah, so it's good stuff. Alright, I will catch you all later. Have a good one, and this run I will eventually continue and finish one way or the other at some point when I have the time. Alright, take care. Bye.